The wind howled through the valley, carrying the scent of blood and dust. The battlefield was empty, save for one man. Benaiah, son of Jehoiada. His armor was scratched. His sword dripped with the remnants of fallen enemies. But his eyes burned with an unshakable fire. He was not just a warrior, he was a force of nature. That night, 3 battles awaited him. 3 trials that would test not only his strength, but his soul. The duel of death. The first came under the blood-red sky. 2 Moabite giants, legendary warriors, undefeated in combat, stood before him. Their eyes gleamed with cruelty, their blades eager for slaughter. "Run, little man," one of them sneered, raising a jagged spear. Benaiah grinned. He never ran. The first giant lunged. Benaiah ducked, his sword slicing through the air. One strike. One scream. One enemy down. The second roared in rage, swinging his axe like a storm. Clang! Sparks flew as steel met steel. But Benaiah was faster. He sidestepped, grabbed the warrior's arm, and plunged his sword into his chest. The giant fell. Silence. Only the wind bore witness. The beast in the pit. The second trial came in the deep of winter. A village trembled in fear. A lion was on the loose. It had already taken men, women, and children. Its roars echoed through the night, a song of hunger and death. Benaiah tracked the beast to a deep, dark pit. Most men would have set a trap. Most men would have waited for backup. But Benaiah, he jumped into the pit. The darkness swallowed him whole. Then a growl. A flash of golden eyes. The beast attacked. Teeth snapped inches from his throat. Claws slashed, tearing into his armor. But Benaiah fought like a man possessed. The lion lunged for the kill. Benaiah grabbed his dagger and, with a final, thunderous roar, he drove the blade into the beast's heart. Silence. Then the villagers saw him bloodied, breathing heavy, standing over the lion's lifeless body. A man who feared nothing. The Egyptian giant. The third test came under the scorching sun. A massive Egyptian warrior nearly 8 feet tall stood before him. His spear was the size of a weaver's beam, his armor glistening like molten gold. Benaiah had nothing but a wooden staff. The Egyptian laughed. "You come to me with a stick, foolish man." But Benaiah wasn't listening. He was moving. The giant thrust his spear forward, but Benaiah dodged. He rolled, closing the distance. In one fluid motion, he grabbed the spear from the giant's grasp. And then he turned it against him. With a mighty thrust, he drove the spear through the Egyptian's chest. Dust settled. The battlefield fell silent. Benaiah had conquered the unconquerable. Trophy, the legacy of a warrior. Years later, Benaiah became the commander of King Solomon's army. But to the people, he was more than a warrior. He was the man who faced giants. He was the hunter who killed a lion with his bare hands. He was the legend who feared nothing but God himself, and even now, when the wind howls through the valley, warriors whisper his name. Benaiah. The unstoppable. Fire, the righteous are as bold as a lion. Proverbs 28:1 Fire.